Howdy, folks. Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And it is Friday night gaming chat because yesterday, being Thanksgiving, I decided not to do a live, spent the time with the wife. And as a matter of fact, we already had some stuff planned for tonight. So this is probably going to be a short live, probably only going to do about a half an hour because we got stuff planned. That's why we're not playing tonight in my regular campaign back here. It's because I knew the wife would be off and she had stuff she wanted to put on the schedule. So the wife takes priority always. Happy wife, happy life. So anyway, I am enjoying just a little bit of Kraken rum here. That is my rum of choice that I like. And we'll see if we get anybody joining here. And if we do, we'll go over tonight's item from the collection. I like to go through the collection and just grab something at random. And we talk about that. So besides that, there is a huge Steam sale going on right now. The autumn Steam sale is going on. So if you have not already checked out the sale, there's a lot of good titles that are like 80% off right now. So do yourself a favor, check out the Steam sale. And then you can also vote for the Steam Awards. The voting is open during the sale, and then I guess they're going to announce the winners during the holiday sale, so the Christmas sale. So there's also that. So anyway, I'll hang out here for a bit. If we don't get anybody, then I'm just going to shut her down, which is very possible because it is Black Friday, and there could be a lot of people out there just right now are shopping and recovering from yesterday and traveling, and so I may get zero. So I'll give this a good. Well, there's somebody checking in. It's probably Chupa. I know if I didn't know any better, I'd think it was Chupa that just checked. That just showed up on there. It says I got one person in here, so we'll see if I'm right. So it's either, well, let's see. The European people are sleeping, so it's not any of them. So yeah, that's my guess. But we'll wait and see if anybody says anything in here. Now we got two people. Howdy, folks. So I was just explaining that I got something I want to go over from the collection, and then we got a couple other things we can talk about. We'll probably do about a half hour tonight because got plans with the wife. So whoever the one person is in here has not spoke up yet, so not sure who it is. If it was Chupa, he would have already said hi. So pretty sure it's not him. So let's see. We're 3 minutes and 37 seconds in. We'll go to 10 minutes. And if we don't get more than, so far we don't have anybody in chat. So I don't know if I don't trust the YouTube count on the attendance. So we'll see if anybody chimes in. But regardless, I'm happy. My Raiders won yesterday over the Dallas Cowboys, which was a nail biter, but in the end, they prevailed. So I was happy about that. So I will just do my best Jack Sparrow cosplay here and drink my rum while I'm waiting. The rum is not gone, so I need not ask, why is the rum gone? So, yeah, ever since I found this stuff, it's like when it comes to wanting to drink a spirit straight, neat, I can't think of anything better than this. Whiskey is, I mean, Maker's Mark is pretty good, but this is so much more flavorful than whiskey or bourbon. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that are going to disagree with me. The whiskey and bourbon drinkers are going to come for me, but that's okay. So, yeah, we're not getting anybody else in here, which I had a feeling might be a problem because it's Friday night. So we'll see. Let's think. What else could we discuss in the meantime? Because whatever I'm talking about right now is just going to be for the people watching this on replay. So Steam sale. Our continuing saga with old Bobby Kotick. There's even more people jumping on the bandwagons, telling him to. And he says, "Oh, I will." Well, somebody clicked thumbs up, so somebody's watching. So that's good. So that is not an error, because I don't think it would show a thumbs up if it was inaccurate. So old Bobby Kotick said he would consider retiring if he can't fix the problems. It's like, well, dude, you ain't fixed anything yet, and it's been how long since all these issues? There's Chupa. I was saying that when I saw the first person, when it said number 1 on there, right after I started, I said that's got to be Chupa, because he's usually like right when we start. You usually chime in. So, hey Chupa, did your team win yesterday? Your football team? You're what, the Giants? Well, they didn't play yesterday though. Yesterday was only 6 teams played, so I don't think the Giants played. Yeah, there's and I felt bad for the poor Lions, because the Lions play them and the Cowboys play guaranteed every Thanksgiving. It's just a tradition that it always changes who they play, but those two teams always play. And fucking Detroit, those bastards got beat by the Bears at the last second, and it was like, are you kidding me? I always feel bad for Detroit, because I'm like, man, I'm a Raiders fan, and it's tough to be a Raiders fan sometimes, but to be a Detroit fan, to be a Lions fan, that's tough, man. Hey Chupa, who's your team again? I can't remember who you told me. I know you've said it before, but I can't remember who you said it was. Giants. Okay, so I was right. Yeah. So I haven't looked at the standings to see. I haven't looked to see where your Giants are. I know where my Raiders are in the shitter. So, but we might, if we're lucky, and there's a miracle, we could make the wild card. But there's a lot of ifs there. So, anyway, it says we have, well, it keeps going 1 to 2, 1. So somebody's jumping in and out. But anyway, tied for last place. Well, yeah, I think we're in the same boat, I think. But I'll do this for you, Chupa. So this is from the collection. This is today's selection from the collection. This is from, God, this is what it says, Windows 95, 98. So this is from, I want to say, the early 90s. This is Falcon 4.0 from Micro Pros. Hey, Mobius. So this has been on my bookshelf ever since then. I bought it brand new. And if I remember correctly, this was like, of course, the collector's edition, right? And I mean, look how thick this thing. This is the rule book for the game. Falcon 4.0 from Microprose. It was a flight sim, combat flight sim. And that's the manual. That's like a legit like flight manual, for fuck's sake. And I remember getting the box set, whatever it was that it came in, and then I was like, holy shit, that's all the manual. I thought maybe there's other stuff in there, because it wasn't, it was wrapped up, where you couldn't really see everything that was in there, but I think there was a box with it, but it was like, that's all manual. And then inside there's an envelope, and I don't remember what's in this envelope. So we're going to open it right now. It looks like I've opened it before. Yeah, it's opening really easy. So I've obviously opened it before. But I don't know. I don't remember what the hell is in here. Okay. So here is. So this is the Cadet's Guide for Falcon 4.0, and that looks like it's the basic manual, like for the game, because you obviously had to have a joystick for this flight sim and everything. But then I guess this is the detailed manual. I mean, this is for a computer game, and it's shit. It doesn't even tell me how many pages it is here. Oh, it just goes by chapter, so it doesn't really tell you what the page count is. But like, it's a legit like full manual of everything, you know. And yeah, it's, and think about compared to what we get now. You know, we don't get any manual, we don't get anything, you know. And this was like what you were supposed to. And then there's tabs back here. So there's tabs that you can. I don't see you guys can see the tabs there, but there's tabs to take, I guess, some of this stuff and put it into where the tabs are if you want to or whatever. And I mean, it was like, I don't know why I bought it. I wasn't a big flight sim person, but for some reason, I have a buddy who's big into this kind of stuff, and he might have told me to buy it because it was probably one of those where we could play together. And I took one look at that, and I'm like, well, I ain't reading all that. That's like going to college, for fuck's sake. There's a map in there. And that was also part of it. And that is if I'm not mistaken, that's the Korean Peninsula. Yep, that's North and South Korea. So obviously it takes place, the campaign is, I know there's a campaign involved. So that's obviously, it takes place in Korea. And then there's a quick reference card. There's the keyboard stuff and all the stuff for the joystick and all that. And matter of fact, I have that. This is for the Sidewinder 3D Pro. I have that exact somewhere. I have that exact joystick someplace. Oh, okay. Now I see what was in this is what was in the envelope. It had all these color fold out deals for all the different aircraft and stuff. This is for the Cobra helicopter, both sides. Beautiful color. I mean, glossy color stuff. And there's a whole shit ton of these in here. There's the F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. Again, both sides. So that's what's inside this envelope. The Concorde. Wow. Yeah, that was a passenger jet. They got a whole thing here about the Concorde. So if somebody so maybe this flight sim here was more than just for like combat jets. Maybe it was a flight sim for all kinds of stuff. The B-17 Flying Fortress, the XB-70 Valkyrie, the P-51 Mustang. There's a whole shit ton of these in here too. A whole bunch of them. Navy MiG killers, F-4 Phantom, F-14A Tomcat. There's a whole bunch of these. And then, then there's a communications handbook. I guess to talk about how you talk on the protocols on the radio. All of this was for one game. I mean, damn. No wonder, yeah. Now we pay $60 and everything is digital. But anyway, I don't know if any of you guys, there might be either Chupa or Mobius, either one of you guys might be an old timer like me. Maybe you guys remember this. But I remember it wasn't when you went to like Electronics Boutique or Babbage's or any of those game stores. That was before GameStop. That I remember how impressive that was on the shelf there, like that collector's edition or whatever. And I'm sure my buddy talked me into buying it, but I don't know how much, if any, I played on that. Because I think I saw that and I was overwhelmed by the amount of information that it would take to learn that. Exactly. See, Mobius says, nope, always sucked at flight simulators. Me too. Because to me, it felt more like I'm gonna have to like literally take a flight course, learn how to fly to do this, or sit and read this entire manual, you know, to even have. And my buddy, he could take to him like he's not a pilot or anything, but he could just take to him naturally. It was like a thing. Yeah, it was just like inbred in him or something that he knew how to. He could figure them out really easy, you know. Meanwhile, I'm ditching for the third time into the fucking ocean, you know. So anyway, I just thought that would be. I always like to just pick something at random off the shelf back there, and uh, I haven't looked to see. They probably sell these things on eBay now because and mine's in perfect condition, so I probably should look it up. There's no reason why I probably shouldn't put it on eBay and sell it because I don't know that I would ever try and play that. And what's not in here are the discs. So I have a lot of my computer discs and all that stuff. I have them in old, you know, carriers for like floppies. So that's probably, it's probably 3.5-inch floppies that this came on. But it's good to know that at some point, at least I could sell it, I guess, because I know I do have the disc somewhere. So, okay. So, did you guys, any of you guys that are on here, did you guys check out the Steam sale? There's a decent Steam sale going on right now, the autumn sale, and there's a lot of good stuff for like 80% off. So, if you haven't already checked it out, I'm gonna get the Bard's Tale. The Bard's Tale trilogy is like, I want to say it's hefty. It's like 70% off or something like. It's like $3 and something. So I've got that in my cart, and then I think I'm gonna get the first Pathfinder um, game, and because that's pretty heavily discounted, and I might get the um, what's the other one? Is it yeah, the Divinity games? I might get those. Those are really discounted too. Hell, Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight was the cheapest I've ever seen it. It was only like $3.99. So that was like the one out of that whole series, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, or whatever. There's like 3 or 4 of them. That's the only one I'm missing is Arkham Knight. So I'll probably get that too to complete my collection on that. So, um, yeah. So, and now I haven't checked the other stuff. I haven't checked like Epic, and I want to get Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but it's not on Steam. And I haven't checked the other ones to see if they're even having a competitive sale versus Steam. So, if any of you are aware of that or whatever, if Rob was in here, he would know. He's a big Valhalla player. He would know for sure. But he's over in England, so I'm sure he's sleeping at this point. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning there. So, let's see what else we got. There was I didn't realize that the Blizzard stock, Activision Blizzard stock, had tanked so much collectively over the past like 6 months. That they showed like the high and where it is now or whatever, and then I guess it got pretty damn low. And there's some big investment company yesterday, I think, or day before yesterday, that went and bought a bunch of stuff because they felt like it had gotten to pretty much as low as it was going to go, and they went in and now. So I don't know if that's going to shoot their stock back up or not, but if it did, that might be enough to save old Bobby's job again for who knows how long. Because I think that the one thing that was going to get him forced out was the stock price, but we can always hope that they finally do the right thing and just say, "Dude, get out." And then I think that the people that work there can concentrate on getting Diablo 4 out and start working on some projects and get some decent stuff put out. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, Chupa, Mobius, either one of you guys got any questions about anything? Because with the holiday, it's been gaming wise, it's been pretty quiet, news wise, and all that. So there isn't a whole lot to talk about. And well, one thing I do want to talk about at some point. I don't. There's not. We'll have to go into it again at some point. Uh, the D&D movie, the Dungeons and Dragons movie that they're working on. We've never really talked about, you know, um, whether or not anybody has any opinion on if it's possible for them to make a decent D&D movie. The last one, I have the poster. You guys can't see it on camera here, but are you going to have a room tour anytime soon? Yeah, I need to film another one, Chupa. Maybe I'll do that sometime this weekend. Because I was just going to say, I got my Dungeons and Dragons, the one sheet. They call them a one sheet. The actual movie posters that, like, when you would go to a theater and you would see the posters, on the walls of what's playing. Those are called one. The technical term for those are called one sheets. And I have, and the difference being that a true one sheet is the official one put out by the studio. Then you could have other poster manufacturers that make knockoffs and shit like that. They're not official one sheets. So I have the official one here, and I have it signed by the guy that played the dwarf in the first in the actual D&D movie. I can't think of his name. He was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, the series, and he was in an episode of Seinfeld. I can't think of the guy's name, but I actually have a signed picture by him back there somewhere too. I'll have to show it when I do the room tour. I can see it from here, but you guys can't see it. Lee Ehrenberg, I think is his name. Anyway, I've got him dressed up as the dwarf from the D&D movie back there, and he signed that one. I met him at a bookstore in Burbank, California. Anyway, he signed that one. And I was really hyped when that movie was coming out. I was like, fine, a D&D movie, and it wasn't very good. I mean, I wanted it to be good. Then they made a sequel. The sequel was actually pretty damn good compared to the first one. And then they made a third one that was only released in the UK, but I did get it on DVD. I have it on DVD, but I have to get a region-free DVD player because obviously it's on the European region, the disc or whatever. So I actually have all three of them, but I'd like to check out that box set rack. Yeah, when I do the when I walk around with my phone I'll do that again. I will take a good shot of that with that so you guys can see that. And I do have a lot of stuff that's in another closet that unless I open up I guess I can open up the doors when I do the tour or whatever. So yeah, but there's a lot of other crap in there that's not game related, but I guess I can do that. So because it all doesn't fit out here on display. There's just not enough room. So yeah, I wish I had more room. I have these grand ideas for redoing this bookshelf area I've got over here that I just have on Walmart bookshelves, the plastic put together bookshelves, I actually would like a company to come in. There's a local company called Firemass Fabricating or something like that. And they do fabricating for basically for like game rooms and basement bars, people that have bars in their basement, and all that. And they were on one of those DIY shows or something like that. And they're right here local. And they're so booked up always, though I can't ever get them to commit to come out and give me a bid. Because I'd like for them to build some actual steel bookshelves, because everything's so heavy that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have it done with steel and have them just weld some shelves together. And because I have everything in those big plastic bins, which weigh about, when they're full with all the gaming stuff, they weigh about 50 pounds, maybe 40, 50 pounds or whatever. So I'd have him do that, and possibly build me something for back there to replace all those smaller shelves and just put a big matching one to go with over here, and that would help me a lot. Now I'd lose some stuff on the posters and stuff because it would probably be taller, and I'd probably have to take some of those posters down, but I'd have to live with that. Um, so anyway, I have all these great ideas of things I want to do, but all it takes is time and money, right? So anyway, yeah. So I will. Yeah, I use 8 foot 2x10s as shells. Okay. Yeah. It's either that or do something like you're talking, with um, some decent wood shelving, not this bullshit that when we were in our condo before we moved here, I actually had a company come in and do one of those closet things where they come in and build shelves for you and all that stuff. And I said, I just want to make sure it's strong enough and all that for these boxes and all this stuff. And they put it in, and after time, it started to sag, because it's all that fucking fiberboard shit. The wood shelves you see back here. Let's see, go this way. Those wood shelves right there, those big ones. Those are custom made. Hey, Bastille, those are custom made cabinets, and I've got 2 of them. I got one there, and there's other ones over here that you can't see opposing it on the opposing wall. I got 2 of those, and then it sits on one that's it has doors. You can kind of see the doors that open and everything. Those were made. Let's see, I'm 55. Those were made about 40 years ago because I was a teenager, and they belonged to my uncle. And then he moved, and he didn't want to take them with him, and he gave them to me, two sets of those. Now you guys can't tell from here, but I have on the one over here. I've got all on one shelf. I got all like solid D&D, the hardcover books, solid, and those shelves do not sag 1 centimeter. They are and they're wood, and they are solid as a rock. The hinges on these doors on those things are 40 years old, and it's like they were brand new because they were made by a custom cabinet maker that made those, and they'll last somebody's lifetime. Whoever I give them to, because I don't have kids, but whoever ends up with them, they'll probably last another lifetime. Those things are ridiculous, but you can't get shit like that built anymore. I don't think you can't get stuff that quality anymore. I wish you could, but yeah, those things are. But I mean, they're packed to the gills. I don't have another inch of room for anything on those. So, but yeah, you can't find that kind of stuff anymore. We ordered a dresser in June, and we won't get it until January. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it'll outlast me for sure. But I wish I could. If I knew I could find somebody here that could build shit like that to put over here and say, okay, the same quality that's there, I'll pay for it, whatever it's going to cost. And I want some shelves built for over there, same quality. I would do it in a second, but I doubt I could find somebody that would be willing to do that with real wood, as opposed to this fucking pressboard, fiberboard shit that they use now. So, anyway, we're coming up on half an hour, guys. I gotta call it at a half an hour because, like I said, I had stuff planned with the wife. So, and again, that's why we're not playing our D&D game back here tonight. So, because for the holiday she's off. So, but I wanted to squeeze this in because it was supposed to be done last night, but then I realized, oh crap, it's Thursday, but it's also Thanksgiving. So, I didn't want to do it on Thanksgiving. So, anybody got any last second questions or anything before? And then we'll have another live on Sunday, our regular one on noon on Sunday, and then between now and then, I'll probably do a video about something. I'll figure out something to pick a topic, and I'll just do a regular video between now and then. So, any last minute questions? Okay, well, doesn't look like we got anybody asking anything. So, hey, Mike, you just checking in, and it's time to say, yeah, go, yep, go spend time with the wife. Like I said, happy wife, happy life. She takes priority. So, all right, guys, thanks for checking in, everybody. We'll catch you on Sunday, and I'll try to do a video between now and that regular video between now and then. See you later.